If you've noticed, my videos have recently been focusing on one topic instead of three like I used to. But today we have three things that we absolutely need to talk about. First is Sony's official announcement regarding Spider-Man 4 and why fans are freaking out. Second is Marvel Studios confirming that Emily Blunt is playing Sue Storm in the MCU's Fantastic Four reboot. And last is the second Thor Love and Thunder trailer. Starting with Spider-Man 4. In an interview with Deadline, Sony's chairman Tom Rothman was asked if Jon Watts, Tom Holland, and Zendaya would all be returning for the character's fourth solo outing, and Rothman responded by saying, "That whole group, we hope." Then there are movies I would call adjunct to the Spider-Man universe. That's Kraven, which we're shooting now, and Madam Web, which will start in the spring with S.J. Clarkson directing. And then there are also many other Marvel characters that are standalone. So while they still probably haven't started working on Spider-Man 4 yet, and this is why they can't say for sure if all the characters are returning, we know that at least these three are almost guaranteed to return. Jon Watts of course backed out of directing the MCU's Fantastic Four recently, and it's said to be because Sony wants him to return for Spider-Man 4. Obviously Tom Holland is returning, or there's no more Spider-Man. And although MJ doesn't remember who Peter Parker is following the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, they did show the little deja vu hint at the end of the film, which most likely means that in the next movie, something will happen that causes her to remember. But anyways, the reason why fans are a little confused and upset is because we've all seen Morbius. Or if you haven't, then you're lucky. But it wasn't good. Most fans also didn't like Venom Let There Be Carnage either. And so when Rothman says, yeah, we hope that all the cast returns, but actually, what's more important is that we're filming Kraven the Hunter right now, and soon we're gonna start doing Madam Web and all this other stuff with standalone characters, it makes it seem like they haven't learned their lesson, aren't changing anything, and are more focused on connecting their characters to the MCU and Spider-Man and promoting those movies than what the actual question was about, which was, is the cast from the previous movie returning? However, as much as their solo movies may suck, there's nothing to worry about with Spider-Man 4 because that's a joint Marvel Studios and Sony co-production, and Sony's not going to lose that partnership because that's the only way that they make money or good movies. But anyways, let's move on to the Fantastic Four. If you watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you know that John Krasinski was cast as a multiversal Mr. Fantastic. After years of fans begging for him to be cast, he finally appeared in the role. And now, obviously the next logical step is for him to return as the MCU's Mr. Fantastic and star in the Fantastic Four reboot. And if that's the case, then it begs the question of who's gonna play Sue Storm. And obviously the person fans have wanted to see alongside Krasinski is his wife Emily Blunt. And now it seems like Marvel jumped the gun and revealed that Emily Blunt has been cast as the Invisible Woman in the MCU. Disney Plus occasionally sends out surveys, and in the most recent one, fans noticed this picture. It's actually just a cropped version of this fan poster, and so is the Armor Wars one. This one is a real poster from Iron Man 3, but that picture with the changed color scheme and Armor Wars logo is also fan-made. But anyways, unless some intern or someone just randomly used this image because they were lazy or whatever, it seems very likely that Marvel Studios have cast Emily Blunt as Sue Storm. And although Emily Blunt missed out on Black Widow all the way back in Iron Man 2 because she was contractually obligated to appear in Gulliver's Travels, and she has in more recent interviews said that she doesn't want to do a superhero film because the actors are tied down in those roles for multiple years with long multi-picture contracts, as I've talked about plenty of times before, we're starting to see actors get very short contracts with Marvel Studios like Elizabeth Olsen, who renews her contract with Marvel every few years. Or they're not even having a contract at all, like Oscar Isaac. So this is all to say that Emily Blunt may have actually been cast as the Invisible Woman, but she doesn't have a long-term contract. And while this is just me making up scenarios, Marvel can realistically do whatever they want with the character. Let's say that she has no contract, or maybe even a short 2-movie contract for example. If she really doesn't want to keep playing the character after that, Marvel Studios could maybe kill her off somehow. Maybe it has something to do with Namor, or she dies while giving birth. I know these are stupid examples, and I really hope that Marvel doesn't do anything like this. Hopefully they just convinced her to do the role for the long run. Otherwise, it's a waste of time and money. But I guess, should it come to the worst case scenario and they for whatever reason decided not to recast, something like that could be done. And lastly, the second trailer for Thor Love and Thunder dropped last night during Game 4 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, and we got our first official look at Gore the God Butcher. I didn't think they would show him, but the Mad Lads over at Marvel did it. And they didn't just show him in one scene. They showed him in quite a couple, and even teased his comic-accurate origin and reason for killing the gods, as well as his comic-accurate sword. In the comics, Gore was a once ordinary alien driven to madness by the deaths of his wife and children. He is then exiled by his fanatically religious tribe after denying the existence of gods. But after wandering the wastelands and witnessing a battle between two powerful gods, Gorr comes to an epiphany. He decides that if gods do exist but fail to respond to the prayers of their worshippers, then they don't deserve to live at all. After claiming all Black the Necrosword from the body of the loser, aka the sword's creator, Null, the god of the symbiotes, Gorr gains incredible powers and begins a long crusade to murder every god in the universe. And we can see that this is exactly what Gorr's mission in the MCU is. We can also see in this scene that Valkyrie is in danger. Gorr already killed Zeus, and Valkyrie is using his Thunderbolt to fend off Gorr's attacks. It also seems like the Guardians won't play a role throughout the whole movie and will instead only play a role in the beginning and in possible flashbacks. But let me know what you guys think about all this. How excited are you for Spider-Man 4? Would you like to see Emily Blunt as Sue Storm? And what did you think of the second Thor Love and Thunder trailer? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.